Here we go! On YouTube! What's up, it's Anarka Akaza here. I'm with my Uncle Cookie. He did things to me when I was a young boy. You wanna come clean about that?
I don't deny these allegations. He was one sexy fucking kid. I'll tell everybody.
I have PTSD because of you!
Yeah, I don't regret it.
Oh well, you're from Portland, I guess it's okay. Anyway.
I'm from fucking Iowa. I'm from like right next door to you. Actually, I'm from Illinois. I was born in Moline. I just am fucking weird, so
Yeah.
I drifted out here. But yeah, I'm a Portlander now. I even have a fucking goatee.
Yeah, he did.
See? I barely shower. I eat all local, organic. Even my fucking soy milk is free range.
Well,
Gluten
Mr.
free.
Cookie, I have a bunch of questions for you, and you're going to answer them, or should be raped by midgets.
That would save me fucking $50 later, but I don't give a shit. Go ahead, bring them on. I like them.
Cookie, we all know you were at one point a divine Christian. Tell me, what was it like when you and Jesus Christ got together? Like, how did you spend those romantic late night hours alone? Did you, just how was it?
It was sweaty, and it was like 1900 years before toilet paper was invented, so it fucking smelled terrible too. Jesus wiped his ass in the street with his hand. A lot of people don't know that, but it's the case. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
How did you go from loving Christ with all that you are to this evil baby-eating atheist today, Mike? How?
No, it's in a serious matter. I've always been an atheist. Even as a child, I lied about it. When I went to church, I would just sort of play along and nod my head. But in truth, I always thought it was horseshit. So I was never really a Christian. I was raised as a Christian, but I never was. No, so for me, there was no turning point. There was no epiphany that brought me to atheism. It was just, I never believed it. I always thought it was horseshit. And later I began to rebel against it once I figured out what it did. I think with anyone, well, Voltaire said that once people find out that they've been lied to, I'm paraphrasing, of course, they'll revolt against the liars. And I think that's what happened to me. And yeah, I never believed it, but I started going against it because I realized at its heart, what it was dark of heart. So.
What was it first like going from, well, when you came out of the closet per se, how did your family react to that? Were you ostracized or?
I was like, Dad, dude, I suck cocks, you know what I mean? Like, there's that, when I came out of the closet, I brought 3 dudes home and banged them in the living room. Or do you mean as an atheist? Oh yeah, that's different. That was much easier. I never really, I didn't really have to come out of the closet. As soon as I came to the age of reason, I began to stress my disbelief. I began to tell them that it was never the case. I just couldn't do it. My dad still to this day, it breaks his heart. He wishes I'd be saved, and I just want him to know that saved from what loving God will do to you if you don't believe in him, and that's crazy to me. And I don't know, they don't get it. For me, it's not really that big of a deal. It's not like I want to go around like, fuck you, Christian.
Used to be that way because, all of Kansas militant shit here,
Yeah, Kansas is bad. I remember I was in Illinois and Iowa, so I can tell you all about it. Bud. I do know
I'm moving to Moline.
The ignorance is strong, and it is ignorance. It isn't stupidity. People think Christians are stupid. They're not stupid. They're educated people. They're ignorant. They simply ignorant at its heart is not a bad word. It just means you don't know. Stupidity is the inability to know because you can't get your head around it. Ignorance is simply that you don't know yet.
Yeah, so. Sometimes I just adamantly refuse it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's the cognitive dissonance. It's bliss, It's what you've been told your whole life. You've invested so much in it. You've spent your entire life basing your core beliefs and your modus operandi around this certain faith in a fairy tale. And It is a fairy tale, too. Make no mistake. It's not, and I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. I just mean it's a book written with magical stories a long, 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 long time ago with zero confirmation. It's no different than Homer's Iliad, other than it has a devotion. It's really no different. It's the same principle behind it. It's just a good author. Several good authors in the case of the Bible.
Going with that, though, you grew up in the Midwest, however, you managed to permanently escape it. Tell me what it was like going from the Quad Cities to Portland.
No, I didn't go from the Quad Cities to Portland. I went from the Quad Cities to Dallas, Texas, to Clive, Iowa, to West Des Moines and Clive and whatnot, Iowa, and then here.
Damn. Were you treated any differently in those places?
Some vacationing or whatever in between, some lags and time. Drugs. Drugs. Let's not try to fucking church it up, dirt. We all knew what I was doing. I spent some time in some places.
Oh boy, that sounds nice.
Very nice. I like you.
When I first told you that I lived in Kansas, what was your reaction to that?
Douchebag. No, I'm just kidding. I mean,
I'm gonna go slit my wrist now.
It's true. It's totally true. No, I feel sorry for you. The thing about you too is you're sort of a soaring spirit. You're an ambitious kid. You know, you've got dreams, and so for you, I feel pity that you live in such a boring place. It's a nice place. The people are nice, and it's pretty. As far as no crime, but I need a city where I put my thumb on the street and feel a pulse. So I can't do the Midwest thing. If I had to raise children, which I don't because I always pull out, but if I didn't pull out, I would want to raise them in the Midwest, for sure. But I usually just shoot it on their back, so it's not really something I've had to think about. Go ahead, next question.
When you have a bunch of tattoos on your arms, right? Like an Evolve tattoo?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Where the fuck do you get your information? What the fuck is wrong with you? Who? Is this even Anarka?
I see one of your... I see
Can
one
you
of
hear
your...
me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hey, who the fuck are you and what have you done with fucking Anarka? Talk to me, you piece of shit. Is it?
Huh?
I'm so sorry. That came out wrong.
I know it did.
I'm really sorry, Anarka. You didn't deserve that. I overreacted.
I love you so much.
What were you saying?
I said... Your tattoos, do fundies ever say anything about them?
Yes. In fact, one time a lady said she'd pray for me. And at first I said what? Because she had a soft voice and she was old and getting ready to die. But after she repeated it and I heard her more resolute, she said she'd pray for me. And I thought, what the fuck? And I was very nice. I was very kind. I'm handed religious paraphernalia pretty much regularly when I go downtown or ride the Max or whatever. But I never had anyone recognize what it was. The Evolve, the fish.
Yeah.
I had never had anyone recognize that. And I wore sleeveless, and so she saw it, and yeah, she said she'd pray for me. And she was old. She was, well, not like fucking prehistoric, but she was like 70. You know, she was in her golden years. And I had never had anyone say something like that. So, because she was so frail, she was, you know, so gentle that I didn't want to like destroy her emotions on the Max and make her kill herself in front of her grandkids. But I told her that she didn't have to do that. I said, that's okay. You don't have to do that. I said, I'm okay. Thank you. And I thanked her. There's this guy, he's in a wheelchair and he's had like numerous problems. He was in the Vietnam War and he was next to an explosion or something, and it gave him brain damage, and it gave him it broke his spine and he can't walk, but he loves Jesus. After that he turned to Jesus, and he always wheels up to me on his rascal. He hands me these flyers, and I've told him several times, I said, no thank you, I don't believe in that, but thank you. And he's still, and he hands it to me, and so I just fucking punched him right in the fucking nose, and I'm like, listen, you fucking turd. No, I didn't do that. I'm just kidding. But I've told him over and over again, and I finally told him, like, sir, sorry, I don't believe this stuff. I do appreciate that you're concerned for me, but I don't. And truthfully, I'm thinking, you fucking dumbass, dude. Look at you. You're just fucked. You know, you're feeble and in a fucking chair. And like, do you not thank him for that too? Because you were born with full capabilities, and then now, after following God's path, you're here. And so far, what you've made of that is just wheeling up to strangers at the fucking Mac station and hand them a flyer like some fucking hippie downtown trying to get weed legalized. It's too fucking late, dude. It's already fucking legalized. Get over yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you didn't deserve that either. Overreacted.
But I asked Mighty Mike T this question, and he really liked this question, so I'll ask you. What is your opinion of homeschooling children?
Oh God, here we go. The majority, the vast majority, 3/4 plus, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty certain.
I'll
That's
fucking
what
quote
it
you
is.
if I want
I may
to.
be wrong.
I
may, but they're Christian. They're homeschool, and what they're doing essentially is protecting their children from information because they know that information is damaging to their their faith, and so they're essentially saying, like, you can't get a regular education because it will steer you clear of God, and we're not going to allow that. We're going to control every aspect of your information gathering, and we're going to ensure that you believe what we believe exactly like we believe it, and hate who we hate. And that's what that is. It's sad. Children, some kids, you know, they've got behavioral problems and they can't be in public school. Okay, but for them in particular, these are normal, functioning, nice children that they're robbing of the ability to communicate with their peers. Yeah, they're really only essentially allowed to communicate with those who believe as they believe, and that's why they do it. And
I have family
that's
like
terrible.
that.
You shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't do that to a child. It's bad.
Next question on here. In your words, how is religion dangerous? Can it be a good thing?
Well,
and this isn't just Christianity,
at the
this
very
is just
least,
religion in general.
At the very least, religion. Well, never mind the turmoil that's unleashed in the Middle East. Never mind the whole Israel problem, which feeds the turmoil in the Middle East. And I get that. They stole land. Just because the Bible said you could have it is no reason. But they had somewhere to go, and so I'm all right with that. I think they could have got along peacefully. It wasn't that many people. But religion is dangerous in all the children that are prayed to death every year. You can't function in reality successfully on bad information. It isn't doable. If your mother says don't swim across that river, there's crocodiles in it, that essentially is evolution, I guess, natural selection. Those who don't listen and heed the experience, they die off. And so when what you're listening to is essentially made up jargon, it's not. It has no basis in reality, and it's fine whatever people believe. It's cool, but you would never have a suicide bomber without a faith in some sort of power. Even in Japan, where they were really atheists, they had faith in the emperor. And you would never have something like that. You never have people being prayed to death. You would never have many. It's too countless. They all pop into my head. I just want to spit them all out. But there's so many things from religion. I mean, if you take the good with the bad, just the bigotry alone, because it does, when something differs from the book that you read that you think as your guideline, you're going to disagree with it. You're going to not like it. And that's where we get into the problem with gay people and all that. They just want to live a fucking life. And they've got people with a fucking book written by a bunch of people that wipe their fucking asses with straw that says don't like a man who sleeps with another man. It's bad. It's so fucking stupid. It's dumb. It's nonsensical. It's a fairy tale book. It's cool. I mean, it's got some great English in it. It's got the translations. It really sets a lot of terms for us. It sets a lot of things we say, and it is a good book. It's got good prose and poetry, and it's worth the read. But it isn't true. Yeah, it isn't true. You shouldn't hate your neighbor because he disagrees with that book. The Quran says all the same things as the Bible. The Bhagavad Gita, the various books, the Dianetics, they're all just someone's story. They're all someone's version of reality. Each one having the same amount of evidence to support it.
How many fucking cats have you slept with?
Just a few. They're cuddly little critters. They crawl right up in your bed and lay with you. I was mean to my cat tonight, actually. Not like mean, but I yelled at her because she came in late. She's not allowed out after dark, but she's been pushing it more and more. And then when you open the door, she bolts out. So I told her, you will not fucking go outside again. Do you understand me? Like, if you don't just listen to this one thing that I ask of you. Well, you're like a parent. You know, you got to do what's best for her to keep her alive and safe and happy. So
How much
she can't be out back. There's a ton of coyotes out there. So I had to assert my dominance and belittle my cat.
How much does Kitty love Cookie? Huh?
How much did she love me? A lot. Probably not anymore, because I yelled at her. But I had to make nice with her so quick, too. It's funny, because I was just talking to someone else, and they were, like, mean to their cat. I didn't do any of those things. But and I said, oh, I shouldn't do that. And then tonight, I'm like, you little fucking bitch. You'll never fucking go out again. Do you hear me? Back when I tell you. But it's just because I want her to be safe. It's not... I love the cat, obviously. I wouldn't hurt her.
I love my kitty, too.
I love her. She's my little Miss Puss Puss. I fucking sleep with her at night. Well, she sleeps with her, but I pet her every night and all that.
On Facebook, you've gotten some angry love letters before due to what you write. What are some of the craziest and scariest shit someone's ever said to you?
I did have one dude, he knew roughly where I lived because he had said it, and he sent me a message that said I live in such and such city, and it was right next to mine, and he knew where I was at, so that was a bit freaky. You don't know what extent they're willing to take it to, but I'm not a little dude. I grew up a thug, essentially. I was a piece of shit until I was like 25, and I'm good at three things, and that's fucking fighting and drinking. And so I'm not usually, they don't move me. I don't take extra precautions, but him being able to zero in on me so close was a bit more troublesome than the others. Usually they just call me a fag or whatever, even though I'm straight, but whatever. I hate that too. That drives me crazy because that's such a stupid word. It's when you call someone a fag, what you're really doing is calling them a woman, the weakest thing you can think of, the most anti-man. And so the term's so stupid. It doesn't even mean anything. What, you think I date men and have marvelous eyebrows? No, I date women, but I do have marvelous eyebrows.
You do?
But it's so stupid. It's just dumb. Yeah, that's usually what it is because they're Christians. Or, who always gives me the death threats is Muslims, truthfully. Not anymore. I don't use the debate pages, so it rarely happens anymore. But my stuff gets reported for no reason, too. People follow around my posts, and sometimes if I post something that's popular, if a lot of people engage it, it'll get reported like 3 or 4 times for nudity when it's like a few words. It's just dumb.
It's an easy way to take you out and put you on Facebook jail.
So I don't take any of that seriously. I don't take any of them seriously. Again, if you want to walk up to me in the street because you're mad at me, be my guest. Come on out. Maybe you'll fuck me up right there in the street. I don't know. But I hope you're big and I hope you're good because I'm going to see you as a fucking psychopath and I'm going to respond accordingly. So I'm not, I'm 200 plus pounds. Like, I'm not a little dude. I'm not some monster or anything, but I'm not probably easy to wrestle with. I'll tell you that.
This quote, I see this quote on Facebook all the time from so many people. Quote, if you support Trump, unfriend me. What do you think of those types?
I think that's stupid. Even with our side, like I think,
if you know, atheism,
like, hey, you disagree with what I think. That's why nobody knows who I'd vote for, who I'm voting for. They don't know shit. Nobody knows it. I'm not going to tell them. I mean, people know what side I'm voting for, of course, but yeah, I'm not going to tell them anything. I don't want to get into controversy. and just don't want any part of it.
As I told Mighty Mike T
So, and I
on
think
that
that's,
one. Huh?
yeah, I think that's selfish to do. What about Mike?
As I told him
I
on that
love Mike
one.
Autry, by the way. What's up, Mike? He's my buddy.
Yeah, as I told him on that, I think it's one of the stupidest things. Like, some of these people go on there and they're wanting to make change happen. Well, I guess that's the best way to make change happen. Get rid of the opposition, you know? Or actually, why
Yeah.
not keep Trump supporters, keep Christ fucks, and try to change their fucking minds? But you know what? We all just want to. It's a fucking popularity contest. You know, we don't want to have anybody who differs with our opinions on it.
Yeah, it's not something I'm willing to get into. You know, it's just people know what side I would go for, and truthfully, whatever side or whatever vote it would take to make that happen is what I would do. But
do you think Bernie has a legitimate chance of winning the election?
Bernie
Sanders.
Do I think Bernie does? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think he's got just as legitimate chance as anyone else. He's got a big demographic, so
what was your
very large. The thing is, too, though, what's hard for me is I don't know. Like, I don't know how many people support him comparatively to. I know what he wins, of course, but my Facebook page is like a cheering list for him, and I don't mean that to be offensive. I just mean there's a lot of Bernie supporters on my friends list, so it would be hard for me to tell. You know, if you were just going by what I saw daily on like social media, I would say, oh fuck yeah, it's a shoo-in. No one's gonna vote for anyone else. But it's hard to tell. You know, there's a lot of people out there that differ, and there's a lot that are like-minded. So it's hard to say.
What would it take you to vote for Donald Trump?
I think enough Jack Daniels, some Aspen, like just a couple hours with him to pet his beautiful hair. I think that'd do it. Just, if I could just strum his beautiful hair, like run it through my fingers and nibble on his ear, I think that'd do it. Good. Seems alright.
Oh my. How much of the devil's lettuce do you take on? Why do you take on it so much, and is it good or bad, health-wise?
Well, it's good. I mean, it keeps people calm. I myself, I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed. I think it's kind of, I don't know, it's just sort of sophomoric, like the whole reasons behind it. And people say it's good, but it's an addictive drug. It really is. It's an addictive drug, and people are fucking hooked on it all the time. And it's sad. Like, I see people here in Portland that take it. Hang on. I see people here in Portland that are taking it. They're taking weed regularly. And they're out there giving, like, hand jobs by dumpsters, you know? And it's sad. It's a sad day. It's sad for America.
Don't you grow weed, though?
Hey, Anarka.
Yeah.
I don't have to sit here and take your wild allegations. Do you hear me? I do not partake of the horticulture of the devil's lettuce.
Okay.
No, I don't. I don't even know what you're talking about. Again, your fucking research was terrible. You need to fire that person immediately.
Okay.
Possibly kill them. I don't know. I don't know what kind of time you have or how serious you are about it, but I would kill them.
I shot him. I just killed him.
I do. I may have embellished my fear of weed. I may or may not indeed grow the 4 legal plants I am indeed allowed to grow in Oregon. I may. If you want, I could possibly show you what it would look like if someone did that.
Alright, I'm up for an adventure.
Because I have a friend that lives in the back in my spare room, you know, and I'm not sure what he's up to in there, but it smells like weed. All day I'm out selling Bibles and helping elderly women, and I get home, and then there's this fucking scumbag back there in my back room, and I do think he's growing weed. I'm probably going to kick him out, but if you want, I can probably show you inside. Yeah, the 1,000-watt air cooled. In Oregon, we're allowed 4. Look at the ladybugs everywhere. The little fuckers are just hammering on it. We're allowed 4. Oh, I probably need to water these. I do need to water these. Shitty. So that's what I do. That's why you know, it sucks because I want to get medical and I want to do more, but I can make videos and stuff, you know, if I stay 100% legal. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
Ever
That's what I'm doing.
done any other hardcore drugs before? Have you seen the other
Have
side?
I?
Yeah.
Fuck. Do fucking priest love Boy Scout meetings? Of course. Yeah, I was a heroin addict for quite some time.
How was that
Uh,
like?
4 or 5 years off and on. 5, 6 maybe. I was doing pills and I was doing heroin and I was doing. I used to idolize the people that did it. I like, you know, the poets and the writers and the musicians and the. I grew up in the grunge era in the Midwest, so I wanted desperately just to escape that state and get out to where everything was happening.
I miss San Francisco.
And yeah, I'm sure you do.
When it comes to weed, as an atheist living in Portland, do you ever use the babies that you kill on a daily basis? Well, do you ever use those babies, as
Yeah.
seasoning for your cooking, or perhaps do you lace the babies in your weed? Like, what kind of a high would you get from that?
What? I'm just. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've never given it any thought.
So
Not once.
you've never.
I boil them and eat them, but I don't smoke them. It's just sick. What's wrong with you?
Everything.
Touche.
Like that beer
Next
right there.
question.
I know that beer has baby seasoning in it.
Oh yeah. I forgot I even had that.
He's drinking baby blood and baby.
I'm gonna have to
cum.
get another one actually. I'm almost out. I'm gonna take another bang or two.
Do you have any crazy I was so high stories?
Fuck. Yeah, you mean like my 20s?
Well, just any time.
I mean, I've smoked weed since I started when I was young. I was like 13, 14, but I didn't do it very much till I was 17, 18. I didn't do a whole lot until I was like, I don't know, 23, 24, 25. And then I took a break. I took a break for a few years. And then I started getting high again a while ago. And it's because it's legal now. So that's why I was sick of getting in trouble for pot. Like I'd been busted with it so many times that it became not worth it to me. It became just, I had to worry about getting fucking in trouble for it. I wasn't worried about my health or my safety or anything like that. But I began to be worried for my fucking freedom. So, because I had it taken from me.
Freedom is
And
a
I'd
good
been
thing.
arrested for pot before that. I'd been arrested for just a little bit, just a misdemeanor, but still, that sucks. So when it became legal, off I went. Now I can grow 4. I did prison time for growing plants, and now I can grow them repercussion free. So it's like, oh, of course I would. I'm really good at it. I do know what I'm doing, but there's a lot of guys out here that are really good. I don't mean to brag or anything. I'm not, but yeah, it's, I don't know. I enjoy it. I like it. Just like people like growing tomatoes. It's fun to me. I enjoy it. I get to make hash out of it and trim it and play with it, and it's fun. I like it. That's why I do it. There's no criminal element in what I do.
I must coined this entire interview with the golden question. Terrible toilet. I have to bring this up. When you wrote that,
Okay.
what was your reaction to just what happened with it? How did you come up with that?
You know, for a year, it got several likes, just like my other stuff, but because a lot of people engaged it and they thought it was funny. But it was almost exactly 1 year later when Adam pulled it up and he commented on it just to fuck with me so that all my old posts would be pulled up, because Richard Hill likes to do that too, that fucker. He likes to take my old pictures and comment on them or hit like on them, because then it will put them in the news feed. And 3.5 years ago, I was like a monster. I was huge. And so people love it. And well, not that they love it, but it's attractive, it's got eye catching. So they comment on it and they make fun of me and whatever, which is fun. That's what I like. But this particular time when he did it, it got caught on, and then all of a sudden it started going and going, and it was at like 300 or 400 shares pretty fast, almost exactly 1 year later. And I went camping. I went out to the mountains out to Diamond Mill or Diamond Creek, and I was out of cell phone service for like a day and a half, 2 days. And when I got back into service, I had like 8,000 fucking notifications. I had so many notifications that I had to scroll. And like, what the fuck happened? And eventually I stopped giving them to me, but then the screenshot came out. Somebody hit the screenshot and they posted that. And so that went fucking like mega viral because it related to women so much. They'd all fallen in toilets due to some careless male. And so I never thought of that when I wrote it either. And none of that came to my mind. I never thought like it would do that. I knew it was kind of funny after I read it, but I wrote it very quickly and very angrily. So anyway, the screenshot went, and that would have been all right. I wouldn't have got notifications from that, except for everyone tagged me, and they're like, dude, you're famous. And I'm like, no, I'm not. It's fucking Facebook. It's like 15 minutes of fame, if that. And it's not fame. It's not real fame. Nobody knows who you are. It's not that big of a deal. But anyone can do it as long as they're clever. But anyhow, so that screenshot went, and then that went viral for some time. And then later, about 2 months later, that Single Dad Laughing page shared it again, and that put it back in, and it was just everywhere. And yeah, I mean, it was cool. Like, it was all right. My initial reaction was happiness. I thought, oh, how cool. It's not a cat video either, you know? Like, it's a lot of viral stuff is, it doesn't really take any thought or any, it's just happenstance. You film the right thing. And that, I wrote it. I wanted it to be funny. I wanted it to portray exactly what I thought, and I wrote it. So that was, I think, more gratifying. It was cool. I liked it. I still like it, I guess. Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people liked it. It was really neat. It was so cool to make all those people laugh, because every fucking time I saw it shared, it was like, LMAO, you know, this is fucking hilarious, and da-da-da. And that was really cool. It was cool to make that many people's day, I guess. Yeah, it's nice.
Do you think you're gonna go huge on YouTube?
No.
You
When I get my buds going, you know, because I'm vegging right now. I just start. But when my buds are up, you know, I got big fucking sticky huge buds, and I got things to trim and show you how to make hash, and show you how to cure it and dry it and trim it, all that fun stuff. That I think will get a lot of views, yeah, because I'll make it funny too. I've already been taking down ideas. Right now, I'm not really. I'm just sort of, because I'm in the boring stage, so I'm just sort of like showing them funny things or cool things that aren't really that funny. But I'm gonna start, you know, scripting them and writing them out, and I'm gonna make them more funny as it goes. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna make it at least worth watching, I guess. But I don't think I'll be like some phenom. There's tons of people doing what I do.
I think you'll go a bit far. I see you landing at 10 to 30.
I think you will too.
I think I can honestly see you landing at 10 to 50K subscribers. I know that's kind of a huge.
Yeah, I think I can do that. I think I can get if I make the right videos. I think I could probably do like 20,000 subscribers. I really do. I mean, I've made a little thing on Facebook, and I never even really tried. I just wanted to make people laugh. I'm not even taking advertising on my page right now. I will eventually if my videos get a lot of views. There's no sense wasting that, but right now I'm just gonna keep it going, try and be myself.
It's the way to do it. I will guess that coins this interview, which we'll talk some more after it hits in recording. But thanks for being with me, Cookie.
No problem.
Thanks
brother.
for being with me. All those lonely nights.
Thank you for fucking interviewing me. What the fuck it went wrong in your life where you're like, oh, I should interview Mike Cook. He's cool. Like that it doesn't speak well of you, Anarka. I'm sorry. It just doesn't.
It does.
You need to get yourself together, man.
I'm just
God damn it. Get yourself. Hey.
What?
Get yourself together, man.
No.
Don't look up to me. I'm a turd.
No. I will look up to who I want.
Hey, how tall are you?
I don't know, like 5'10", 5'11".
Oh, okay. So you don't have to look up to me. You're the same height.
Fuck. When are we
You're
gonna
like equal to me?
When are we gonna meet up in Portland? When are we gonna have an orgy?
Whenever, bro. I'm here, you know. There's all sorts of hookers around here.
Take that Greyhound
I'll
up there.
A couple of them.
Smoke some weed. Go to some.
Yeah, they take everything here. Everything comes here. It's Portland. You can get some fucking hippie to carry you on his back.
How many of those?
Are we fucking done here?
By the way, how many of those ladybugs do you plan on molesting? You know?
Oh, there's ladybugs everywhere already. Yeah, they're all over my spare room. I don't care. I sleep in there, but sometimes.
Do you get off on those ladybugs?
I don't want to talk about it.
You will talk about it.
It's between me and the ladybugs, man. It's none of your business.
I have hidden cameras in your house. They see shit.
It's okay. I like it. I broadcast it anyway on fucking YouTube. Anybody
And
want to see me jerking off? I'll do it. I don't
fuck
care.
yeah, right
Look at
right
these.
now, right now, right now. Let's do the shit.
No, I'm probably not gonna do that. I can't do it. He's got stage fright.
I'm Anarka Akaza. This is Mike Cook on Facebook. You can subscribe to his YouTube channel. A link to all of his shit will be in the description below.
Follow Anarka. Everyone, goddamn it. If you can't do it, you need to steal a computer, get on it, sign in, and just follow him. Just do it. Poor kid. Help him out.
Do it or I'll kill
Follow
myself.
him. Do it, or he will fucking cut his own cock off with Titan fishing line in front of his grandparents on their anniversary. That's what he'll do. He's that kind of guy. Sick.
Oh, today is Saturday, isn't it?
No, not for me yet. It's only 11 o'clock here. I'm on the West Coast, dog.
Well, I had another question for you, and this one's personal. Okay, you better answer this with all you are. I've been lying to everybody. I'm truly a Christian on the inside. Mike, will you please go to church with me on Sunday? Please.
I would love to do that because it sounds like a hoot. I really would. But unfortunately, I have to give myself a DIY colonoscopy with an unlubed cobra tomorrow morning. So thanks, though. I do appreciate it.
Okay. God is going to fucking smite you for that. I hope.
I'm sure he will. There's a lot of things God could smite me for. I was a piece of shit for like 25 years, so if he holds that against me, he's a fucking idiot.
He'll take his godly
I've done
cock and
worse.
ram it so hard up your ass and you'll bleed. What do you say to your
Sounds
Lord?
hot. That would save me $100, dude, if he wants to shove a rabbit up my ass. That sounds amazing. Where do I sign up for that? If he could just spit in my face and call me a dirty sailor, that'll save me another 50. So, look it up.
This guy I'm interviewing is the #1 person on my Facebook. Nobody else comes anywhere fucking near it.
I'm kind of a big deal, especially in like Romania. I have a huge demographic in Romania. They don't speak English, so I'm not sure how it works, but I do.
I can't even.
I'm pretty big in fucking Korea too, but that's just because everyone's like 5'4", you know, like all of us over 5'9" are big there.